So hello my dear friends, welcome back. Welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing my channel and liking my videos. Thanks a lot. So today in this video, let's try to understand the direction of happiness in your life, and that is governed by fourth house. This is actually a very important house when it comes to Vedic astrology, because this house not only governs the happiness part, fourth house also represents the comfort or all the conveniences in your life, whether you are going to have a big car, big bungalow, or what kind of a car or bungalow you are going to have in your life. This is also the house which represents some sort of motherly nourishment in your life. If you want to check whether the yogas of foreign travel and settlement are present in my horoscope, then the fourth house is again going to play a very important role. Even I will tell you one very interesting thing. Fourth house is a very important house with regards to your marriage and married life. Specifically, if you want to understand the quality of your marriage, then this house is actually going to play a very important role. Even fourth house is the representation of your mother. Okay, so the emotional nourishment that you are going to gain in your life because of your mother, because of your motherland. Even fourth house represents the whole home environment as well. So the kind of nourishment that you are going to get inside that home, that is actually seen from the fourth house. Some individuals consider home as a cage, like they feel lot of restrictions over there. On the other hand, some individuals, they consider fourth house, their home, as the greatest protection link. So why these differences are happening? That is depending upon the dignity of your fourth house lord. Even if you go by the Kalpursh Kundli, fourth house is actually governed by planet moon with the sign of Cancer. So this is a watery realm. Even if you look in the quadrant houses, first, fourth, seventh and the 10th house. So first house is fire, fourth house is water, seventh house is air element, and 10th house is the earth element. So directly opposite you can see, like fourth house is a watery realm. So if you look directly opposite in the 10th house, that is the earth element. So the combination of specifically the earth element and even the watery element, these combinations in the fourth house, they are going to play a very important role, which we will discuss further in this video. But you must need to understand one thing. Kalpursh Kundli is a very important Kundli in order to make precise and accurate predictions. Many individuals, they are watching these videos and they are saying like, my fourth house lord is in this house and all your predictions, they are not applicable in my chart. So the reason why these things are not applicable, first of all, Vedic astrology is a very interconnected subject, and one planet don't have the ability to decide the complete course of your life. You must need to have full astrological understanding of your astrological birth chart in order to make some sort of a precise and accurate predictions. This is just the direction I'm giving you. Like if this house lord is going in that different directions, so what kind of a results you are going to feel in your life, which you are going to experience in your life. So let's try to understand the fourth house lord if it is posited in your fourth house. First of all, depending upon the planet, which planet is actually controlling your fourth house and sitting in the fourth house, is going to give you the results. First of all, if the planets like malefics, Surya, Sun, planet Mars, Mangal, even the planet Saturn also, if particularly these planets, they are the controller of your fourth house, and then they are posited in the fourth house, what is going to happen? Although this is going to offer a protection to the fourth house, but this is going to make your life very suffocated. Like you will feel a lot of suffocation. This is not because of lack of oxygen in your life, but this is because of some sort of congestion which is created by malefics in the fourth house. Because this is the house of your happiness. So if the benefics are posited over there like Venus, Moon and these kind of planets, they have the ability to experience joy out of life. But malefics going in the fourth house, they are going to make your mental peace go haywire all the time. Even malefics in the fourth house, they tend to give a very disturbing family environment. Specifically when you grow up in your childhood days and specifically your home. If particularly the Saturn is actually controlling that fourth house and then sitting in the fourth house, it represents a lot of boundaries and restrictions you are going to experience in your life. Even if the Mars is over there, then there is going to be a lot of battle going between you and your siblings, and these kind of situations are going to happen. So even if it is much, first of all, have much important, your 4th house lord is going somewhere else rather than sitting in the 4th house. Because 4th house lord in the 4th house, I told you this is a congestion. If more planets, they are coming to the quadrants, 1st, 4th, 7th and 10th house, it means more and more responsibilities you are going to take in your life. So if less planets are in the quadrant houses, it means there are going to be less responsibilities. You can check this thing from moon chart as well and even from your Lagna chart as well. Specifically this part which I have covered. Even most interesting thing, 4th house, as I told you, this is the house of your mother. This represents the relationship between you and your mother as well. Although moon is also going to play a very important role here. But if particularly the nodes, that is Rahu and Ketu, if they are coming in the 4th and particularly the 10th axis, then this is going to become more problematic situation. You remember initially I discussed here is a water and here is a earth element. So for example, if Rahu is coming in the 4th house, this is actually the watery house. So no matter how much materialistic desires or gains you are going to accomplish in your life, still there is going to be some non-satisfaction part that is going to come through the career aspect also. Even 4th house lord, if it is in the 4th house, that is directly going to affect your 10th house as well. And 10th house is the house of your career. Here what is going to happen, it become extremely difficult for these individuals to create a proper balance between their family life and between their career life. Irrespective of the house placement or irrespective of whether it is a benefic or a negative planet. One important remedy that I would like to give you, if your 4th house lord is in the 4th house, you must need to chant the mantras of Shri Hari Vishnu. By chanting these mantras, this will actually help you to give lot of purification inside you. Because if more planets, like for example conjunction is happening, 3, 4, 5 planets are sitting over there, then this is going to create a congestion in your mind. You will not be able to think out of the box ideas and you will feel my life is completely structured. So in order to remove or break that shell of structure, please chant the mantras of Shri Hari Vishnu. This mantra will help you to elevate your 4th house to the higher dimension. Then you are going to receive the happiness part as well. Now if the 4th house lord going in the 5th house, first of all, as you already know, this is going 2 places away. So there is going to be surely some sort of gains that is going to come through my 5th house. First of all, this is quite a good combination. Even if the planet is going in the inimical zodiac sign, I will tell you this thing upfront. Because here 4th house is your quadrant house and 5th house is the trine house. Okay. So if the quadrant lord going in the trine house, first of all, this is a Raj Yoga. Raj Yoga, and if you want to check the manifestation, like in which areas or which parts I'm going to receive the results in my life, it totally depends upon the which planet is actually going in that house. You can take the example of Venus, 4th lord going in the 5th house. It means the wife or the event of marriage is actually going to bring a gains. It is going 2 places away. So the gain of home, gain of conveniences, gain of car, bungalow or these kind of things you are going to gain after marriage. Most importantly, if the 4th house lord going in the 5th house, like going 2 places away in the 5th house, what is going to happen? Your comforts are not going to come very easily in your life. And even for example, if you try your best, okay, let me make my life a very comfortable life, or let me go into some kind of a secure zone or in the security level in my life. What is going to happen? As soon as you individuals trying to value security in your life, like I need more and more and more security, then it become extremely difficult for this 4th house lord to digest that level of security. Then these individuals, they tend to go more towards the risk-oriented abilities. That is towards their gains, towards earning money and these kind of situations. Because you need to understand 5th house, if it is in the 5th house, that is going to affect the 11th house. So that exchange of energy is going to come through 11th house all the time. So they need to have their more goals, bigger ambitions, bigger drive inside them. Only then they have the ability to keep the level of comforts in their life. This placement is also not considered good specifically from the mother, relationships between you and your mother. Although like moon is going to play a very important role, but I will tell you one thing, some sort of gains in your life is directly going to see with the help of your mother. It may be some kind of a spiritual gains. It may be some sort of a materialistic gains. But some sort of gain is going to play a very important role. Even 4th house Lord in the 5th house mother is going to play a very important role in your marriage. It may be you are married only because of your mother. So some karmas that are going to be interlinked with particularly your mother as well, and even your children. Because one thing you need to understand here, 4th house Lord, if it is in the 5th house, that is the house of your children as well, childbirth. So it means mother is going in the house of children. So mother is also going to look after your babies, your kids as well. If that Lord is not in a very good dignity, it means only you need to look after all the responsibilities of the family and even all the household as well. You need to look after your wife, your kids and everything. So this is actually going to make you a more independent person rather than more secure person. If the 4th house Lord going in the 6th house, first of all, 6th house is not considered as a good house because this is the house of your enemies. So if family is actually going in the 6th house of enemy, there are going to be a lot of hidden enemies that are going to be present inside your complete family. And here I'm not only talking about your family, I'm talking about your husband. If you are a married person, then look into your girl side or boy side family, their in-laws and the siblings as well. Because with this combination, family disputes are going to be a very important thing. And because of that family disputes that are arising in these individuals' life, their career and their marriage life is going to suffer a lot. I told you one very important thing. 4th house is the house which represents the direction of your happiness. So if that is going in the 6th house, direction of happiness is actually going in the 6th house. This is your marital bliss as well. So that marital bliss and the satisfaction part in the marriage and married life is only going to come if particularly you are staying away from your complete family. Like rather than staying in a joint family kind of environment, you are staying in some secular kind of a family. On the positive side, this combination of 4th house Lord, if it is going in the 6th house, very good placement if you want to go into the medical field. If you want to go into the field of biomedical sciences, anything related to like biology or maybe learning these subjects of healing, spirituality, gaining knowledge of the occult sciences, then this is going to be considered as a good thing. As you know, this Lord is going 3 places away, so that have the ability to bring lot of challenges, hardships, specifically inside you and within your family as well. Now it depends upon your 9th house and other lords as well. I have seen this with this combination, 4th house Lord in the 6th house, individuals, they are going to settle abroad as well. Permanent settlement into the foreign country. And that is the best remedy, I will tell you. If you are looking for escape route, if you feel like we are trapped in some kind of a situation, the only solution or the escape route is actually to go abroad or away from your complete family. The further you are going to move apart, the more amount of positive results you are going to gain, even with the 4th house Lord going in the 6th house. One very important thing, there is going to be one very spiritual aspect that is also connected with the 4th house Lord being going in the 6th house. Because from the 6th house, that Lord is exchanging energy from the 12th house. So that is constantly gaining that spiritual vibes, that secludedness, that loneliness, that imagination. That is the realm of doing yoga, spirituality, Vedanta and these kind of activities. So that is your happiness. So your happiness is directly going to come through the 12th house as well. The more exchange of energy between your 4th house Lord sitting in the 6th house is going to do with the 12th house, the more amount of positivity and happiness you are going to receive in your life. Even you need to understand one more thing, whether this is in conjunction with Rahu and Ketu axis or not. Because if it is in conjunction with Rahu and Ketu axis, what is going to happen? There is going to be a one tug of war going inside your mind all the time. You will not be able to decide whether I'm a materialistic person, I'm a spiritual person, I'm a this person or a that person. So that is going to be the events which is seen with 4th and the 6th house. Now if the 4th house Lord going in the 7th house, this is the house of your marriage. This is also the house of your partnerships. If you are in a business, then this is the partnerships. First of all, you need to understand here, 4th house is considered as a quadrant house. So one quadrant is going in the next quadrant. This is also considered as a yoga. Yoga means 4th house, I told you, that is your home, homeland, that is your conveniences. They are directly going to come immediately at the time of your marriage. Manifestation of prosperity is the key theme with 4th house Lord going in the 7th house. Now it depends upon the dignity of the 7th house lord, what is the dignity of your 4th house lord going in the 7th house, and is there any conjunctions over there? If, for example, if there are more conjunctions formed by 4th house lord, for example 4th, 12th and 7th lord, they are conjunct over there, what is going to happen? This is going to create a lot of pending life karmas, specifically with regards to your marriage and the married life. Then what is going to happen? It become difficult for you to get married even upon time. Even if you get married upon time, it become difficult for the sustenance of relationships. Because this house going in the 7th house is not considered good for the long-term sustenance. Consider this thing as a splitting of relationships are happening. Or relationships are sometimes only based upon the materialistic things as well. Like your partner, or whether he or she marrying you only because of your money. So that kind of a materialistic sense can also arise with the 4th house lord going in the 7th house. And this is a strong sense of materialism. If I will tell you malefics are over there in the 7th house, this have the ability to create a disturbing impact not only in your marriage and married life, but this is directly affecting your ascendant, that is your own mental peace. So this have the ability to disturb your complete mental peace as well. With these kind of a placement, I will tell you most of the time, 4th and the 7th, their career aspect is deeply interlinked with their marriage and the relationship part. If at some point in their life, these individuals, they are going very good in their relationships, then they are going to go very good inside their career. But if at some point, if these individuals, they are suffering, oh my goodness, my career is not up to that level and that thing. So this is going to put a bad impact over their relationships. If relationship is a suffering, career is also going to suffer. If relationships are good, career is also going to be very, very good. Even most of the time, depending upon if this is forming some spiritual yoga or not, in the later stages, these individuals, they tend to lose interest in the marriage and the married life as well. Like in the initial stages of their life, first 2-3 years, they are very excited. Like, oh my goodness, okay, relationships are there, love is over there, that thing and that thing. But in the later stages, they tend to look love from the spiritual angle. Like there is no word like love. But yes, love is in the spiritual realm, that is considered as a good thing. And that is a remedy for the 4th and the 7th. If some cluttering is happening over there, or if your chart is creating some sort of congestion, even here your chart will not be able to decide a place where you are going to stay in your life. Like if you want to look into the answers, or like where I'm going to stay in my entire life, this placement will not create a deciding factor. Your deciding factor is only governed or decided by your life partner or your spouse chart, where actually you are going to stay. Because here the deciding factor is only governed by the 7th house, that is your spouse or the life partner. Even I recommend you with this placement, try to take your work online rather than doing anything offline. Because if this is not creating a deciding place, you open up some business in one particular location, it becomes difficult for you to manage that operations. Because 1 minute you are there and next time you are traveling also, you are moving, constant change of locations. So this is very important part which you need to take into consideration. Now if the 4th house lord going in the 8th house, first of all, this is considered as a trine placement, okay, because this is going trine places away, 5 places away. This is a very, very good placement if you want to work in full time in the field of Vedic astrology. Full time astrologer if you want to become, you must need to have such kind of placements. Because what is going to happen, their mental peace is only going to come through digging deep into the like research and that kind of subjects as well. Depending upon which planet is actually controlling 4th house going in the 8th house, these are the individuals that are going to experience transformations based upon that planet. For example, Venus is actually going over there, wife is going to bring, or some sort of love experiences have the ability to bring lot of transformations into your life. And that, first of all, these transformations, they are going to create a mental impact and then they are going to create a physical impact. Even 4th house lord going in the 8th house, here you need to understand one thing. If the dignity of the 8th house lord is also very powerful, for example, then you can definitely work as a secretive agent as well. Because they have the ability to hide things. If they are doing something, they will do it in the secrecy. Even this is a very good placement for the bed pleasures as well. For achieving a fullest bed pleasures in your life, this placement is going to considered as a very good placement. On the negative side, I will tell you, 4th house lord in the 8th house is going to give lot of addiction sometime. It may be you are addicted to certain kind of a food, alcohol, or some other like maybe smoking or sexual addictions as well. Because this is then becoming a very extreme and energy. 4th house, I told you, that is the house of your happiness. So their happiness is only going to come through that 8th house activities. 8th house is not a good house, neither a bad house, but sometime I will tell you, if the more Rahu and then conjunction of 4th happening over there, these individuals, they go around the table. Then this is not a very straightforward kind of a personality. Even this placement is going to give you very good mind reading abilities. You have the ability to judge other people by just looking into their eyes, like what he or she trying to do or say. So they are having that kind of a capabilities present inside them. Even I have seen lot of financial experts working in the field of share market, stock market and these industries with particularly benefics like Mercury and Jupiter. If they are specifically over there, then this is a very good placement to work into the field of share market, stock market. They are financial experts, I will tell you, because their mind will run faster than the calculation. So this is a very calculative kind of a brain. Lot of ideas, they are going to flow or going to abrupt from the 8th house. One thing you need to understand here that 4th house lord in the 8th house is going to exchange the energy with the 2nd house. Okay, that is the house of your kutumb, family. Okay, and 2nd house is also your own money, wealth, savings and the possession part. Depending upon which planet is over there and if some negative or malefic impacts are over the 4th house lord, this is actually going to create a lot of cyclic wealth creation. Now what is cyclic wealth creation? Initially your family going to have a lot of money, then you need to fall down, lose everything. Then this will take a huge lot of time to again gain that wealth, and again you are going to lose that thing. Now it depends which planet is going to do that thing. Maybe marriage is going to create that event. Maybe your hidden enemies are going to do that thing. Or maybe that is your own intellectual abilities taking you into wrong direction. You are making certain decisions in your life which will actually create instability in the wealth field as well. Next, 4th house lord going in the 9th house. This is the Khadashtak combination, not good for your mother. Particularly the mother's mental, emotional health is going to suffer a lot with these kind of planetary alignments. Even these individuals, they will not be able to feel satisfaction if they live in their own hometown. Like the place where they were exactly born into, it become extremely difficult for you folks to become successful over there. Because you need to understand one thing, my 4th house lord is actually going 6 places away. Now the things that are occupied or governed by 4th house, they are going to be considered as inimical towards the 9th house as well. And that is even going to be a very, very challenging thing, because this house lord is going to challenge a belief system which is present inside you. So this is the actually that kind of a placement where you are going to crush your own belief systems. And then you are going to build your own belief systems. Sometimes they are that individuals that are constantly in a search of a guru. Like if we find one guru in our life, everything is going to be fine. So they constantly keep on searching such kind of a gurus inside their life. It become even difficult for this placement, these individuals, to find a true guru who is actually going to guide you. Because 4th house is acting as a badak. I will tell you, obstruction giving house. This is also going to not only create obstruction in the pathway of your spirituality or belief system, also in front of your marriage. Because 9th house, I told you, this is a very, very important house, specifically from the marriage point of view. It determines your happiness, how you are going to live your life after marriage. Whether this is going to be a good life, this life, that life. What is your perception, how you are going to see. So if that lord is over there, first of all, try to marry a partner outside of your caste, creed and cultural differences. If that thing is over there, yes, marriage is going to be absolutely good. If that factor is absent, it becomes very, very difficult for you. Depending upon the specifically that whether the dignity of the 9th house lord is also very powerful or if it is weak. Because for example, if ninth house Lord dignity is very powerful and there are some karma, dharma, adhipati yogas and some other yogas that are formed, then this is a very, very positive thing that is happening in your life. Although you need to sacrifice one aspect of the life, but you are going to gain results from second area. And that is going to happen all the time, I will tell you. That sacrifice in the one area, like you need to suppress. Suppression factor is happening over there. You need to suppress something in your life in order to gain some other results. So here I will tell you that suppression of comforts, suppression of mental peace is happening in your life. And maybe you are going to gain results depending upon the ninth house Lord, giving you spirituality, these things and that thing as well. I sincerely advise you to please read a lot of books and write a lot of books. Reading and writing will help you to actually eradicate the malefic impacts which is created by this combination. Also, one very important thing, as I initially told you, try to stay away from your hometown as much as possible. This is the single most remedy. Every time sthan parivartan means change of place. So every time in these individuals, some sort of sthan parivartan is happening, that sthan parivartan have the ability to bring a lot of positive transformations. If you are feeling right now stuck with this combination, then I recommend you to move one step further. Go towards some different cities or different background. Change of location is going to be the biggest remedy with 4th house Lord in the 9th house. Next, 4th house Lord going in the 10th house. Here I will tell you your home is going in the work. So how it become very difficult for these individuals to first of all maintain that balance in their family life and even their career life. These things are going to be the main challenging part. Now I will tell you, this is also very interesting placement from the marriage perspective also. 4th house Lord going in the 10th house, because if with this placement both of you are working, for example, you are also working professional, your husband, wife, they are also working professional. With 4th house Lord in the 10th combination, what is going to happen? This will not be able to create any sort of a deciding factor where both you are going to live or stay in your life. This is not going to create a deciding factor. Here I will tell you, most of the time if both of the partners are working, this is going to create a traveling, movement and shifting all the time. Although this have the ability to give the money, I will tell you, at wealth perspective is going to open with the 4th house Lord going in the 10th house, but that security part is somewhat absent inside these individuals' life. This is also going to be considered as a very painful placement. And why I use the word painful here? Because here a lot of new experiences that are happening in you individual's life that are actually going to create a lot of mental impact inside you. That is even going to create a lot of impact over your heart, over your thoughts, over your opinions as well. Because initially what is happening over there, 4th house is your true comfort. Like you are living in a very comfortable kind of a zone. Immediately you put that 4th house person in the 10th house, that is the battleground. That is originally the house of Capricorn, where Mars is exalted. In the 4th house, if you look, Jupiter is exalted. So here the two different realms, that set of realms these individuals, they are going to experience in their life. And these are the realms maybe in the family or maybe in the career as well. Let me take the example of career, how they are going to experience the different realms. For example, they are going in a career 9 to 5 job and these kind of a thing. So they are going to wonder what the heck I'm doing over there. Am I supposed to do these kind of a things to my entire life? Their interest is fading away with the passage of time with this combination. Because here is comforts, here is conveniences and here is a war zone. So that two major conflicts are arriving at a single time. This is not a good placement if you are a job person, if you are doing 9 to 5. This is a good placement if you want to become self-employed. Not only in the one particular field, that is up to you, but good placement if you want to become a self-employed. Even good placement if you want to do business also, but that too with nominal amount of individuals involving into that business. Then this is going to give you the optimal amount of results in your life. This is a good placement if you want to go into hotel industry, depending upon which planets or that thing. Okay, so this is going to be considered a good placement. Even most important thing, sometimes I have seen this thing, 4th house Lord in the 10th house is actually going to create some problems inside the relationships of these people. Like these individuals, it become difficult for them to feel the satisfaction or joy from single person. I'm not telling like these individuals, they are going to do cheating over their partners and these things or that thing, but it become difficult for them to experience joy just from one single partner. Because I told you, from the 7th house, even if you look, that Lord, that planet that is sitting in the 10th house, that is going 4 places away. So the happiness in your life is actually dependent upon the planet that is also sitting in the 10th house, and that is your 4th house Lord. And 4th house, that is your conveniences, that is the materialistic realm. So sometime, depending upon the house placement or like planetary placement, either these individuals, they are becoming extremely materialistic, or sometime they are becoming extremely spiritual. It totally depends upon Vimshotri dashas as well, or Antar dasha, which you are going to go through in order to interpret this thing. But this is quite a very interesting placement. Now the 4th house Lord going in the 11th house. First of all, this is going to create a lot of difficulties. Again, the obstruction giving house is the 4th house and the 11th house. Because this is forming again a Khadashtak Yoga, 6-8 relationship. You need to understand one thing here. The transformations in your life is only going to come through change of places. And secondly, with the help of your professional friend circle as well. I recommend you, whether you are an introvert or an extrovert kind of a personality, with this kind of a placement, you need to have a very, very good or large network circle in order to gain opportunities. Because what is going to happen with the 4th in the 11th house, initially these individuals, they are not be able to have that level of opportunities in their life. That is going to be the lacking factor. Now once they gain that level of opportunities in their life, it becomes difficult for them to choose. Like, is this a good opportunity or is this a bad opportunity? Suppose I give you 10 opportunities in front of you. Now you want to decide which one to pick and which one to move further. So this is again that same kind of a problem that is happening with this. Initially no opportunities, then the flood of opportunities are coming. Now it depends which opportunity you are going to choose. This will help you to determine the direction of your happiness in your life. If you are choosing specifically only based upon the suppose materialistic realm, or you are only taking money and wealth aspect into consideration before making the decisions, then your life is going to be in this direction. If you are only taking the spiritual aspect into consideration, or okay, let money is not important kind of a scenario, then you are going into this spiritual direction. But the balance is somewhat going to be absent over there. The sign of Libra is going to create a sufferings with these kind of a placements. Because what is happening over there, this is actually going to create an imbalance. And when I say imbalance, if you look 4th and the 10th, so this is your half chart and above is the half chart. So when the 4th house Lord is going in the 11th house, the deeper impact is going to be felt by the 7th house. So your spouse, your life partner, they are going to feel the impact of these placements also. I told you this is an obstruction giving placement. It may be the mother is going to be the greatest obstruction in front of you to get married. It may be the father is also the obstruction, or family is the obstruction. Also in front of your career and professional growth, in front of your opportunities, 4th house is going to act as a badak. You individuals need to live by the philosophy of attachment and detachment at the same time. If, for example, you are receiving a flood of materialistic thing or money at the same time, then even don't try to attach with that thing also. Because here I will tell you, sufferings are also going to be the crucial part with these kind of combinations. Initially, flood of money and opportunities, these things are coming, that they are becoming extremely optimistic, very positive people. And immediately that is going to take away. So why this is happening? Because I told you Khadashtak Yoga, planet is going 8 places away. So that planet is sitting in the 11th house only to give you transformations. But if you look from the astrological perspective, or if you are mature enough to understand Vedic astrology from longer perspective, so these planets that are even creating the 6-8 relationship, they are also present over there to chisel your character down, to reshape your life, to make you into a better human being. so that your perspectives are going to shape. Because I told you this is going to create a put challenge after challenge, challenge after challenge, challenge after challenge. Your comforts, your conveniences, they are also going to become after facing a lot of challenges in these individuals' life. They are not going to get anything very easily in their life. So this is bit a challenging placement. Now the 4th house lord going in the 12th house. First of all, this placement have the ability to create permanent settlement into the foreign country. But for that, 9th house and 1st house lord, they are also going to play a very important role. Because 4th house is your home, okay, that is your homeland. 12th house is the foreign country, so you are going over there. But in order to have a permanent settlement, physical movement is also necessary. 1st house lord must need to go in the 12th, 11th or 9th, 1st conjunction forming in 12th. Some sort of other yogas must need to play a very important role. Now in the ancient time, this is not considered as a good placement, because if the individual is going or moving away from their own hometown, their own home country, and they are settling abroad, this is not considered as a good thing. You can pick up any ancient textbook. Every time this is written over there, this is a Desh Nikala. Desh Nikala means throwing out of your own home country. So this is not considered as a good thing. But I will tell you, depending upon the 21st century scenario, in order to have the globalization, global impact, in order to make your career earn money, I personally consider this thing also as a good thing. Now it depends upon the dignity of the 12th house lord. Whether that lord is actually strong and powerful or in a weak dignity. Whether the going into the foreign country on the foreign settlement is going to bring the auspicious results in your life, or this is going to be a worst case scenario. It depends upon the 12th house as well. Even sometimes I have seen this is going to create a multiple settlements also. Now what do you mean to say by multiple settlement? Like most of the time these individuals, they are traveling. Have you seen the individuals that are working in a shipping industry or naval field? So most of the time they are traveling in a ship. So this is also that kind of a placement. Depending upon whether the elements, watery elements are impacting these things or not. Because this is not going to create much stability in your life. One more thing you need to understand, this is a very spiritual person. They have the ability to give away lot of things, charity and these kind of things. Because this is actually going 9 places away, and 9th house is actually the house of their belief systems. So their belief system is like that, if I am prospering, other people are also going to prosper with me. They are not going to have only limited set of a mindset or limited mentality. They are the individuals that are having a very high set of mentality present over there. They have that capabilities present inside them to share their comforts, their conveniences with the other people also. Because the inner sense of spiritualism, जो भाव होता है spirituality का, वो अंदर present है. That spiritualism भाव is actually present inside them. So that bhav, because of that bhav, I don't know what is the exact English word, but consider it as these individuals have that tendency to experience or live in the spiritual realm all the time. They don't have the ability to attach much with the materialistic things. Even if they get attached, immediately punishment is waiting for them. Because I told you this is a pure spiritual combination. This is not a materialistic combination. With this kind of a placement, for example, you individuals want to become more materialistic person. Like I want to chase wealth. I want to chase money in my life. Forget about family. Forget about marriage. Forget about relationships. Let me chase this field. What is going to happen very initially, like within maybe 1 month or 1 year, they are going to receive their results. Like I'm going in a wrong pathway or in a wrong direction. Because this is also the placement which is showing some sort of blessings. It may be ancestral blessings, it may be the blessings of some guru, but some sort of blessings are going to be placed over there. The 4th house lord going in the 12th house. Now the 4th house lord going in the Lagna. Okay, Lagna means the 1st house. Whenever 4th house lord going in the 1st house, it means family responsibilities are actually coming towards you. Although this is bringing a lot of comforts, lot of securities at the same time, depending upon the dignity of planet. Sometimes this placement is not will not give these things also, but responsibilities are surely going to come. Because any time quadrant lord going in the higher quadrant, okay, higher quadrant mean 4th house, even in the 7th house, 10th house and 1st house. This is that kind of a placement where more responsibilities you are attracting in your life. And this is the things which you have not even done in your life, you are going to be held responsible for that thing. This is a karma, I will tell you, which you need to deal. Even for example, 4th house, as I told you, this is the house of your mother. And if it is in the 1st house, there is going to be lot of karmic backlogs which are interconnected with mother. Suppose right now you are listening this video, you are 30, 40, 50, 60 years old person. And if you look back into your life, why I'm actually in this position, in this place, doing these things, that is only because of the impact of mother in your life. This is actually, consider this thing. You see, when I discuss with regards to the obstruction giving like 6, 8 and that obstruction, this is also going to be considered as a one sort of a obstruction in front of you. Because what is happening over there, here the marriage karmas are also interlinked with your mother or your motherland. Mother is going to have a very important say in your marriage also, with this lord going in the ascendant. Because here this is constantly exchanging a lot of energy with the 7th house. So marriage is going to become a very, very challenging thing in front of these individuals. Because I told you, the main halting factor is why they are not be able to contributing much towards their career or much towards their marriage or these kind of things. 4th house is becoming the halting factor, and that is their family or responsibilities that are coming from their family end. Even if you are the most age wise, you are the smallest household person, still that responsibilities are going to come upon only your shoulders. This is also not a good placement. Sometimes this can give a lot of disputes. It may be land property disputes depending upon the Mangal placement also, but that disputes are present over there. Even your character is actually getting shaped by the 4th house activities. So what is happening, if you give these individuals the flood of money or that sense of security or some sort of comforts, what is happening, ascendant then tend to feel very comfortable. Like, oh my goodness, I'm in the most comfortable situation right now. And immediately that ascendant is going to throw away all that kind of things. Like, I don't need any of these things in my life. Because the more you are going to attach, ascendant is Lagna. Lagna must need to be very pure. You need to understand one thing. I have discussed this thing in 1st house lord in going in 12 houses. Ascendant is you. Okay, that represents your existence, your physical presence over this entire universe. So 1st house is you. If you put irregular responsibilities or anything, I will tell you, over the Lagna, it means that house is going to create a deeper impact in the quality of your life. The direction of your life is also going to suffer with this kind of a placement. Sometime I will tell you, if the dignity is very powerful, you are going to enjoy your life. I'm not saying this thing. But if the dignity is very weak, then this is going to create a lot of emotional sufferings also. Like these individuals, they don't be able to understand like how much I need to give away. Like I'm keep on giving away, but there is no any stoppage over there. So you need to create physical boundaries around you, even mental boundaries also. 4th house lord in the 4th house, already boundaries are over there. And these individuals that want to escape the boundaries, with the 4th in the 1st, you need to create your own boundaries. Like which individuals I need to interact with, which I don't need to interact with. In which direction or which areas of my life I need to devote this, that or that amount of time, you need to decide that thing. Because you are sitting in the governing, ascendant is you. So if 4th house is impacting you, you need to go with the 1st house lord direction. This is very important role. Now the 4th house lord going in the 2nd house. First of all, I will tell you, this is going to be considered as a business combination. And why I say business combination, 2nd house is your family, 4th house is also your home environment. So family businesses are going to be seen with this kind of a placement. If your family don't have any sort of business with this combination, then you need to become that person. That is written in your prarabdha or in your karma. If your family don't have any business and you are the first one who is forming this combination. Because here what is happening, you need to set up something in your life which you need to hand over to the next generation also. And next generation is actually your kids. It may be some sort of a business, it may be some sort of a piece of a land, piece of a property, and these kind of a thing. Even this is going to be considered as a bad placement, because this is going to give lot of dispute, family dispute at the time of inheritance. Because 4th house lord is exchanging energy with the 8th house by sitting in the 2nd house. So you see that 8th house of inheritance and that 4th house is of materialistic realm, they are going to exchange energies. I recommend you, if you are having this combination, you have the capability to earn or accumulate a wealth in your life. God have blessed you with this combination, because you need to understand one more thing. 4th house lord going in the 2nd house, how many places? 11 places away. And when the planet is going 11 places away, it means gains are over there. Now depending upon the dignity, for example, malefic is over there, or the planet is in a weak dignity. I mean to say weak dignity, debilitated over there. Then what is going to happen? Family is going to act as the number one enemy in front of you. Complete family. Your family will not be able to give you the permission to move ahead in your life or do something in your life. Because here what is happening, the level of comfort and security is going to be very high. Because these individuals, they want to protect their 4th house, at the same time they want to protect their 2nd house as well. But they need to understand one thing, without a risk factor, I will not be able to find much security in my life. Maybe right now in your mind you are thinking like, this is the most secure pathway which I am moving on right now. And maybe after 5 years you tend to realize, oh my goodness, I am on the most risky pathway. So sometimes most risky pathways are going to be the most secure one, which you tend to explore in the longer duration of time. So here I recommend you personally, with this placement, you need to have that risk taking abilities. You need to take more and more and more risks in your life. Only then you will be able to retain or gain wealth in the longer duration of time. Otherwise, if you are solely relying over the wealth of your ancestors, of your parents, with this kind of a placement, it becomes difficult for you to move further or grow in your life. Because I told you, this is sometime going to make you more comfortable. If discomforts are over there with this placement, I will tell you, this is a good placement. You are going to be the exceptional child in the complete family. Only by God have blessed you with this kind of a combinations. Even with regards to marriage, I told you, the only remedy for that thing is to stay away from family. Don't ever try to live in a joint family kind of environment with 4th house lord going in the 2nd house. Now if the 4th house lord is going in the 3rd house, that is going 12 places away. What is going to happen? 4th house is their happiness part. And if these individuals, they tend to fall into the trap of some sort of a comfort zone, like they are becoming very comfortable, like now I'm very comfortable in my life, immediately with this conjunction or with this combination, their planets, they are always going to put them in the challenging situations. The more these individuals attached, the more and more they are going to attach with the materialistic side or with the comforts or with the conveniences, the more and more amount of hardships and pain these individuals, they need to go through. 4th house lord in the 3rd house is also going to be considered as a loss giving placement of the 4th house. Loss of comforts, like you are going to lose all your conveniences at some point in your life. But it depends upon the dignity of planet as well. Sometimes this placement is also going to create a permanent settlement into the foreign country, because 4th house lord is exchanging energy with the 9th house, and that is the house of a long distance travel, long distance journeys. Even this is also going to form a very good combination with your spiritual, your subconscious mind. This is also very good placement if you want to work into the field of some sort of technicalities, where a lot of research, lot of communication, where a lot of front end jobs are actually present over there. But if you individuals with this kind of a placement want to go into the back end activities, like I want to go into the back side and I will not be present anything in front of other people, then your efforts are going to be 100% all the time. But you will only receive up to 50 to 60% of results with particularly this kind of a placement. Even I will tell you, mother is going to become a very role maker kind of a personality in your life. Sometime depending upon the moon placement also, this will bring lot of emotional sufferings from mother. Sometime this will give lot of happiness and satisfaction from the mother side as well. One more thing you need to understand, if you come across the individuals that are having 4th house lord in the 3rd house, they are the most mature individuals, because the amount of difficulties or failures which these individuals are going to experience, that is going to be way beyond some normal people imagination. If other people, they are failing 5 times, they are actually failing 50 times in their life. Because what is happening, this is, consider this thing as a retrograde energy. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth karmas are coming in their life. The only escape route, I will tell you, because you are going to revolve in a circle with this kind of a planetary alignment. The only escape route, if you are having this kind of a circle around you, is you must need to do lot of penance. Penance means tapasya. You need to chant Rudra mantras with this placement. Then this will actually help you to keep your mind on the track side. Otherwise, this is a very distraction giving kind of a placement in your life. Your efforts, your energies, they are going into 5 to 10 different directions. And you are not gaining result from any of these areas. So that is going to be the most obstruction giving placement over there. So first of all, you need to become successful in one field with this placement. You need to put forth a lot of efforts in one singular direction. If you become successful in that field, copy that thing in other areas. That is going to be best possible solution with 4th in the 3rd. So I hope you have found some deep insights in this video. If you have any queries, any consultations, please contact me at my email ID. If you want any other marriage, career, spiritual consultation, share market and stock market consultation, do let me know. I will try my best to respond you back as soon as possible. So till then, please subscribe my channel below and make sure to hit the like button. If you want to give super thanks, please give super thanks. Please share my YouTube channel with your friends, family members who are in love with Vedic astrology, and follow me on Instagram as well. And thank you so much, YouTube, for giving me this platform to share the wonderful knowledge of Vedic astrology with everyone. I hope you are gaining some insights from my videos which I post on my YouTube channel Cooking Astrology. If you share these videos with other people, then this is going to be very, very helpful for me to grow my YouTube channel, to grow my community. Till then, please take care of yourself and may God bless you. Bye-bye.